What's good, YouTube? Marvel-ous Tarot at it again. Wanted to try something new. Still testing the waters with a lot of this stuff with the tarot cards and all that, but I want to try a all oracle type reading, and then maybe I'll clarify and just keep it Marvel. I'm gonna just not use what I call the OG tarot deck that I like. I would just want to try this out. So it's a default spread that's in the book that you get with the deck, but I do want to try to do that and put my own little twist on it with the other deck. So that's going to be a general reading. Of course, if it resonates, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If it doesn't, then, or if you can take what does and leave what doesn't, all that good stuff. So let's see. This one is going to be, it's a couple different ones. I think I'll make a video on each one. So this first one is a simple 3-card spread. Oop. Well, first card. See how I interpret it. But the first card, Kitty Pryde. We all begin somewhere. She got a lockjaw with her. Hello. Let's get another one. Ooh, we got Hella and Thor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Well, first off, Hella seize the day. Thor, be sure of foot and steady your heart. All right. Now, again, we're supposed to see how this, let me see. This is supposed to be issue at hand, the behavior to avoid, guidance needed to overcome the challenge. Okay. So the issue at hand would be Kitty Pryde. Let's read what that says. Right here we go. When Shadowcat phases in, it's a reminder to you to let yourself learn. Kitty Pryde may be one of the most beloved X-Men, but she was also once a very young girl tasked with difficult missions. Although her uncompromised energy and free thinking didn't always go as planned, she learned from her journey. Her message to you is to let judgment phase right through you and celebrate your growth. Okay. Now, if that says that would be the issue at hand, is to let judgment go. And okay, I think I get that a little bit. Celebrate your growth. Let's just say that. That's the issue at hand. You having issues with letting people judge you, and you're growing. You are growing, even if people don't see it, because you got them phase powers. It seemed like you just breezing through when really you phase into your next phase. And some people might not understand that shit because it ain't meant to. So that says that's your issue at hand. The behavior to avoid. Hella, let's read that one. All things must come to an end. Just as the goddess of death sought to bring Ragnarok, she now creeps into your spread as a harbinger of endings. This doesn't mean literal death, but transitioning from innocence to awareness, misconceptions to truth. You are being confronted with the unexpected. And though it may feel harsh as the touch of the night sword, you must let go of the things that no longer serve you. So you leveling up, you growing, you going through phases. And you just gotta Again, from innocence to awareness, from misconceptions to truth, being confronted with the unexpected. Like I said, you got to let go of things that don't serve you. So if you go on, like they said, judgment, let go of that shit. That's what this card is saying. Let go of that shit. You growing. It might not be as pretty as it is for some other people's, but you're doing your thing. And the third card says guidance needed to overcome this challenge, which is Thor. Thought it was interesting though, you know, these two are siblings, or at least in the MCU. In a comic book, she's Loki's daughter. I don't think she has any relation to Thor, but yeah, that ain't that deep. That's just me on my comic book nerd shit. But yeah, let's see here. Thor. Be sure of foot and steady of heart. Thor is here to illuminate the darkness. Like the lightning he caused to split the sky, you may find yourself on a path of confusion where you are struggling to make your way through. But Thor invites you to call upon inner navigation to find your way home. As Mjolnir is only called to those who are worthy, you have infallible instincts that will keep you on the right path. And that says the guidance. That's your guidance. So Thor is your guidance. As you're going through your phases, you're saying, fuck the judgments. See, you season the day. And now, again, you are guided. Like, be sure, put in, when it says, be sure of foot, steady of heart. To me, that means stand 10 toes down on these two and follow your heart, because you know you're going through phases. You level up, you're growing. Eventually, you'll go from a rookie X-Man to a veteran, probably with your own class or the captain of your team or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I like that. That's a little. Let's get a clarifying card, just so we can kind of, with the OG tarot. Keeping it Marvel though, not I said the OG tarot, but the. Funny enough, my brother said when the cards, Ten of Wands. Funny enough, Ultron energy. But my brother was telling me that technically, when it don't got the stuff on it like those other cards do, that those are considered traditional tarot. But I always say it vice versa. So if you know that and you hear me say that, just know that that's just how it is in my head. All right, let's see. Let's get a card from the top, middle, and the bottom. I just like to do it like that sometimes. Right, so y'all can see those. Okay. Ace of Cups, Iceman, the Seven of Coins, Reality Stone. Y'all seen me shuffle, right? This nigga Ultron popped up again. Upright too. Okay. Let's get a little something on that. Oh, something. Where's my journey? You got cups, coins, and wands. See how it clarifies and ties in with each card. Where do I want to start? Yeah, cups. That's that Ace of Cups, and it is reversed. Ace of Cups turns upside down, spilling its contents. You're drained by a tempest of emotions, or frozen by overwhelming emotions. The crystalline ice and pure cold created by Iceman indicates coldness, emptiness, and emotional loss. Your emotions are frozen and brittle, causing you cracks in your emotional health. As Iceman freezes, he can also thaw. You can't enter the flow of life if you're as cold as ice. Okay. To me, that makes sense. You got, you growing, you going through phases, and like I said, you can't judgment. Maybe that's why you feel cold, because people been judging you. They've been judging you wrong. They don't know that you've been growing through phases. So maybe that's what you was holding on to. That kind of makes sense to me. All right, and we know Hella says let that shit go. Let's see what that 7 of coins reverse. Coins, pentacles. I told y'all that was messing me up for a little bit. Like, is that not the same thing? It's the same thing. Coins, pentacles, interchangeable. Let's see here though. We got that 7 of coins. Yep, reality stone reverse. Procrastination, impatience, or lack of careful planning puts a dent in your projects. Reality here is harsh. The return and reward aren't what you thought they'd be. Readjust your tactics and redistribute your resources, whether financial or energetic, to get back on the path. That lines up with the Hella thing, if you ask me. The Hella thing was just talking about letting it go, kind of whatever. Let me double check that. Just talking all crazy. I'm not sure term memory be as. Yep, innocence to awareness, misconceptions to truth. Is that not changing your reality? Going from innocence to awareness, misconceptions to truth, being confronted by the unexpected. You got to let go of things that don't serve you. So I think that ties in with that. If the reverse Ace of Cups don't serve you, that energy, that coldness won't serve you in your growth. It might be a phase, might be a hard little phase, but you gotta let that shit go. You gotta change your reality. Then let's see the Thor with the Ultron. Cause I know that's the Wands, 10 of Wands. I actually wish I could see what made them do certain ones with the illustrations and what made them match up certain ones to certain cards. I'd be real interested to see that. Maybe I can find that or look up the artists who did these. That'd be interesting to me. But we got the 10 of Wands, indicates a phase laden with responsibility, heavy burden, intense struggles, and negotiations fraught with challenge. From Haketem's greatest desire to better the world comes his greatest threat, a challenge. The entire universe must face Ultron. And also, because 10 of Wands in a traditional sense also is a sign of burden and responsibility. Being dependent on is a good thing, but beware of being overworked. So yeah, you the guidance is that makes sense if you ask me. Be sure of foot and steady your heart. That's kind of, to me, that's almost self-explanatory. Stand 10 toes down on your actions. Make sure you keep growing. You say fuck the judgment. You throw away what doesn't serve you, and you keep moving forward. You got a lot of responsibility. You got a little bit of a burden, but hey, you worthy. Keep it pushing. And I think I'm gonna leave that one off on that one. Again, if it resonate, if it doesn't, take what does. General reading. And yeah, until next time. Peace.